Hey, how's it going? So this is another case of I didn't really have any commentary for this boss fight because I was too focused on trying to actually get through it. I ended up spending about an hour and a half of bashing my head against this wall, only to realize in post that I'm definitely behind the curve and underprepared. It is what it is. I did eventually get it. But this is a pretty challenging fight. His main gimmick is that he hits very, very hard with magic, most of which, or not most of, but one of which will hit multiple people on top of using stop. He can also summon minions, which is pretty good, and then he can also drain your MP. The main focus that you'll see here is that I use blow beat in the early sections to try to get some extra damage because sometimes it'll hit twice. On top of dealing with all of his adds all in one swipe, and that'll reset some of our MP as well, so that we can keep using our healing moves and keep using wall. Wall actually came in really, really helpful here. I did not realize how important this is. It fully mitigated some magical attacks at some points. Otherwise, Julianne is here just to hit him hard. Jump keeps her off the ground, away from getting hit. So here's a blow beat. Does a bunch of damage. I don't think I got the stun off. He is immune to paralysis from what I've seen. And that would just break his whole fight, and that makes sense. But you can see I very quickly got him down to about half health by just spamming attacks, making sure wall is equipped, and using blow beat and getting lucky and hitting the double hits. I'm not quite sure how that works out, or what causes the double hit. Here we enter phase 2 where he starts casting twice. There's Demi. Demi is the most scary attack he has, as it can hit all three, and you can just see how much that did. We wall up here. If we momentum wall, it'll hit everybody, and it's just so vital to have that up in this fight. Spell stream, he stops Julianne, and then I get very lucky and he stops Julianne again despite him already being there. At this point I was pretty tilted. I wanted to get the heal off, but this is like attempt 8 or 9, and an hour and a half of just straight trying to figure this fight out. Unfortunate aura is a little too far away. Holy light, take reduced damage because of the wall. Demi, again, reduced damage. I think stop removes my wall on Julianne, but I'm not quite sure. It's really good when he summons stuff, because summoning and spell stream take up the same action. So if he can summon stuff, that gets me a lot of leeway to actually get a few more hits in or recover my health. Whereas here, Osmose is pretty good for me as well because it's non-damaging. It just takes my MP, but I'm really not that concerned with it. Alright, so here we blow beat. Only get one instance of damage, but I did get the stun and confuse, so that'll lock him up for a second to allow me to get the momentum wall back in. Make sure everyone is still defensive. And we don't really have, well, we do have a group heal, I believe, through Blunt Blow, but I don't know why I didn't do that. Yep, Demi here is pretty powerful. Thank goodness for that wall, or else it'd be some serious damage. So we go for a precise hit because it does get her some HP regen, so I don't have to waste an aura or like a potion or anything. Okay, so he flares. This is just a big magical attack. It's pretty unfortunate because then he goes into Demi to take out Nadir. We use life because it's more HP than what the Phoenix Downs are. she just potions because I don't have the time to wait for a momentum chip. And I get very lucky here to get another creature to spawn, so this gives me enough time to try to get the extra damage here. He's at 1100. I get 2 instances, and I get the confusion and stun. We're able to heal up to full. 800 health. We're just trying to rush him down at this point. I have 2 momentum chips, but I'm going to prioritize wall. This is not... Even though we're close, I don't want to get too greedy. Okay, so he stops. He stops Julienne again, which is fine. We go blunt blow, even though we don't have momentum. I think it's just the stat boost that I keep trying to just chain together. Spell stream. Osmos, that's very good. Drain, that's unfortunate to hit Julienne. We are going to revive her. I think I momentum. I'm not sure what auto revive does. I wasted the momentum. I probably should have saved on a wall. We go blow beat. It's at 682. He's down to 382. We do get the stun off. That's pretty good. So in a few attempts, I did get down to this point where he was at like 200 health, and I just I couldn't close it out. We get the HP recovery just to make sure that we're still like, and this is where you can see I'm like, oh, I don't have enough MP. I'm just gonna try it. Had magical damage, and it was just enough to get it. This is a really tough fight. I judged it very harshly when I was playing it. This was very, very tilting to bash my head against, but I think that this was a good change of pace, because a lot of the fights do blend together with how similar and how easy they are. You see that in a lot of the trash fights where I'd spam the combo that clears the board. I wish his moves weren't so strong, but that could have been part of the fact that like I'm a little under leveled and under geared. So be it. But I wish it was more consistently challenging instead of having these spikes. These spikes do kind of deteriorate the overall enjoyment of the story so far. For hundreds of years I have waited for the coming of this day. Thou hast my blessing, as legitimate ruler and as a rightful owner of the airship. This is incredible. I can't believe a ship like this really exists. It's beautiful. Yeah, I can't take my eyes off it. Young Julienne, I pray that thou wilt become a truly worthy owner of this ship. She received the world key. I give you my word. I shall make this ship proud. This key shall awaken not only the soaring ship, but all that bears the same crust. Inside chests and behind gates thou shalt find greater strength, and find such strength thou must. For eventually thou must confront which destroyed our kingdom. Such is the destiny of thy royal blood. Wait, what was it that destroyed our kingdom? Please, tell me. Never forget that, young royal. This airship really is amazing. Oh yeah. If you all agree, I thought we could call this ship Kerr the Magnificent. Why would you give it a stupid name like that? This ain't your airship, you know. Of course I know that. It's gonna get a bit tedious calling it the Royal Airship all the time, though, isn't it? It's not a very lovable name either. Don't you think, Julianne? Yes, very well. You're welcome to choose a name. It was thanks to your help that I was able to win back this ship after all. All right, thanks. Now what shall we call it? Come on, Endear. Help me think. I'm gonna just call it Diane, even though it has a G. This is just Diane. Wait, no, I don't want to actually change it yet. We're just gonna, yes, use Diane. Oh yeah, that's a great name. All right, it's settled. I hereby name this airship Diane. A fine name indeed. Ain't that a little tacky sounding? It is the legendary airship of an ancient royal family, after all. I think it's a good name. All right, time for Diane to fly. Let's go. Wow, looks like you don't need to be a shipwright or anything. This thing pretty much flies itself. Akash did help us out back there. We ought to give him a ride sometime soon. Endear, I would like you to pilot the ship. I think Endear would be best for the job too. He always stays calm, no matter what. Yeah, I suppose. I'm a little jealous, but I can't argue with that. So it's finally time. Yup, it's been a long journey. Now we can finally get across. Let's go to the last lane. And just like that, we're fine. Okay. Well, let's, I guess. So I think this is the one that had the weird block on it. Unless there's another one. So it's just like older Final Fantasies where you have an airship and you can walk around on foot and go explore areas you weren't supposed to or weren't capable of. But I don't know how important that's gonna be. It feels like we're heading towards the last area. I just wanted to see what this lake was, just in case it was like a side location or something. And it is. The Somber Swamp. Oh, there's someone unconscious here. My village was destroyed by monsters, and all because of that jewel. The magical energy inside drew the monsters to the village. I stole it and tried to get rid of it, but it was already too late. I too will die soon, and I will carry my regrets with me into the afterlife. Oh, that sucks. See you, bud. Have fun. I mean, is that supposed to set me off on like a side quest or something? Because like, I just don't know. Look, I've been enjoying this so far, but that fight alone might have just killed most of the game for me. So yeah, I can just fly right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna set down here. I hate that there's like a startup sound on the engines firing. Like, I understand that's kind of realistic, but so these are the last lands. Our journey's final destination. We're here at last. I'll see you there safely. Endir, you kept your promise to me, didn't you, Endir? Now it's my turn. I'm gonna fulfill my duty. Are you looking for something? Yes. Can you sense something? Is it the great power you said you could sense here? There's something inside these lands, ain't there? For many years, the sacrificial pilgrimages have brought peace to the whole land, which means in order for that to happen, something has been taking place here in exchange for those sacrifices. Learning the truth behind that shall also reveal the truth behind my kingdom's fall. I shall find out what dwells here with my own eyes. So these are like the first time these are new enemies, and they are just reskins of the guys from the last fight. Which, I mean, I'm not gonna knock, you know, they were different enemies, but look, it has been nothing but repeats from the start, you know. And the ground is the same texture as the caves. You know, it's just a lot of reuse and samey environments, and I don't really care for that. I like the novelty of a snow-covered world, and I understand that this is pretty consistent theming through the entirety of the game. It's a consistent use of aesthetic, but like, we're at this point, we're almost at the end of the game, and I'm still seeing the same types of environments. It detracts from a lot of the good that this thing does. Because like, the writing is actually pretty good so far. I've been enjoying it. The tragic twists, the sad, you know, moments, the seriousness, their ability to break up said seriousness. This is oh my god, this is almost exactly like Tenderville. Or not Tenderville, but the Flonea or whatever. Oh my gosh. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Is this feels almost identical to that layout. Oh, I'm probably gonna die here. Oh my god, I'm gonna die here. Alright, I'm back. I don't know how long that took. That probably took like 20-30 minutes. I killed the boss on the first try. I'm still pretty mad I didn't think about saving it. It's no fault but my own, except for the fact that there's no autosave, which I don't know. I should have saved it. It's my fault, but like, it's made in 2016. Stuff like autosave exists. Yeah, you want to look back at the past, but staying true to the past may not always be the best, especially what? Can I really just walk around it? Okay. There's something I need to talk to you about, everyone. From here, you ain't about to tell us you ain't about to try telling us you're gonna go the rest of the way alone, are you? Come on, we've come this far together. You can't start being all polite now. Your journey isn't over. And Deer's right. You didn't come this far, or we didn't come this far for you to start worrying your head now, alright? Exactly. We can't really just wander off on our own separate ways from here anyway. Thank you, everyone. Will you stay with me until the final moment? Of course. Thank you, Endir. Sorry to interrupt this moving little scene, but the rest of us are all coming as well, aren't we? Right? Aren't we? Thank you, Endir. Thank you, everyone. What's the matter, Julian? No matter. It is just that standing here in the ancient royal capital like this is somewhat moving. My late mother has also longed to return to this land. So your parents can rest in peace now, eh? Yeah, their daughter has returned to the royal capital. Yes, indeed. Enough sentiment. Let us hurry on. Our journey is not yet over. There's no save point at the beginning of this, great. So there's the last lands. There are monsters everywhere you look. How the hell did all the past sacrifices manage this? There's a long way to go yet. The place where the rites are carried out is much further on. How do you know that? Have you been here before or something? Not that I suppose you're going to answer that, yeah? It's not only me who's been here before. What did you say? Nothing. Let's hurry on. I don't understand these dungeon designs. I really don't. This is just a bunch of square rooms connected together. Like, yes, it's a bunch of fights, but I don't know. This gives the same vibes as what A Link to the Past's Switch port, that dungeon creator, where it's just like, yep, you can build a dungeon, but it's just pre-built rooms, or like you can make the rooms, but it's just rooms, and it's nothing really special. Like, you can't, I don't know. No. I just remembered something, that's all. There's a legend in our village. What's that? What legend? The souls of those who give their lives as sacrifices return as the snow that falls across this land. That's what the legend says. I see. I hope it's true. Then even after this journey's over, we'll be able to see you whenever we want, Setsuna. Yes, I hope so too. Hey, Julianne. Back when this was the royal capital, it was like the center of all of civilizations, right? It is said that at its peak, the capital was more magnificent than we can even possibly imagine. I see. I'll bet they had a lot of advanced knowledge about life, too. Once you restore your kingdom, do you think you'll eventually get back to that sort of knowledge? There's no way to say for certain, but it is possible. A way to extend your lifespan, Em? I hope you find something, kid. Thanks. Once I've seen Setsuna's journey through to its end, it'll be time for my own journey to begin. As long as there's possibility, I won't give up. Don't give up hope. Of course. I concur with Endir. It is not as if there is no hope at all. Infected by the monster blood, my body and mind were almost turned into those of a monster. But yet, with your aid, I now stand here in the land of my ancestors. Once my kingdom is restored, the wisdom of my ancestors, now scattered around the lands, shall be likely converge there. If you are to find the knowledge you seek, rather than search alone, I would think it wiser to place your hope in the wisdom of many. So you'll help me? I'm a little offended. Are we not comrades? Sorry, that's not what I meant. I just never imagined I'd have a princess helping me out. Thank you, Julianne. It is I who must thank you. What sort of example do I set as a royal, if it is I who am in constant reliance on my comrades' aid? All right, things are looking up. Come on, let's go, everyone. I'm going on ahead.
ちょ蹴散らしてやるか。やるぞ。一気に型をつけ終わりだな。一丁蹴散らしてやるか。負けるわけにはいかないんでね。よし。あらよっと。時間が欲しい。先を急ごう。